Hey guys, it's Arianna, and today we're going to be getting a little bit more personal, and I'm going to be telling you guys what it's really like to date a chef. So normally when you hear, oh, she's dating a chef, like you think they have really romantic dinners every night, they have the whole Italian music playing in the background or jazz music, and I'm about to tell you that it's a little bit different than that. So if you're interested on what it's like to date a chef, keep on watching. So I actually knew my boyfriend when he first started off working in the restaurant as a dishwasher, and then cut to like 6-7+ years later we reconnected and found out that he was head chef at that same restaurant that he started off at. So I was like, ooh, he's gonna cook me dinner, like this is gonna be nice, I get to eat all the time, free food. I quickly found out that dating a chef, let alone a head chef, is a little bit more tricky than that. So it actually took us 2 weeks to go on our first date because he was so busy. I worked the normal 7 to 3:30, and then he works 3 o'clock to like midnight sometimes. Most of the time it was like 11:30. So I was extremely tired by that point, and what the heck is there to do at midnight for a first date, you know what I mean? Anyways, I decided to stay up that late, and we actually ate at his restaurant, which was super nice because we ate so much sushi and we were the only ones in the restaurant. Possibly because it was so late at the time, I was like, did he plan this? But I found out later that he didn't. Either way, it was a super fun romantic night. It was also really hard to plan a first date because I would always text him when I got off work, which means that he was now in work. And if you're dating a chef, don't expect a text message back for at least 1 to 2 hours when they're at work, because they're obviously cooking for others or getting the stuff ready. So just know if you're gonna ask an important question that it's probably gonna be 1 hour to 2 until they respond to you. I'd say dating a chef, you are basically an independent person. I am very independent, but I'm also like, I love cuddles and I love the affection and everything like that, which is perfect because he's exactly the same way. We both grind super hard, but at the end of the day, we love coming together and being affectionate towards one another. So basically it took 2 weeks for us to go on our first date, and then we started dating casually, and then after that he started his own business, and it was like, woof, our relationship took a turn. We had to like adjust super fast to everything that was coming, which is completely fine. Dating a chef is all about adjustment periods. As long as they find their normal routine and their groove of things, everything will be okay. So now we went from him working 3 p.m. to midnight to working 7 a.m. till 3 a.m. some nights. He was working 7 days a week straight. It was the 5 days at the restaurant because he's head chef, of course, he can't take off any other days. And then on his 2 days off, he would open his business, and that was kind of a really hard adjustment period for us. But after a while, you know, he's his own boss, so he can figure out his own schedule. He obviously has to run errands and he has to prep. It's not just coming to work and cooking for people. So, you know, we figured out our own routine where like if we wanted to go on date night, he would do all of those tasks the day before instead of splitting it up between certain days, and then we'd have date night, or he would do something the next day, so that way we could have a full day off together, which is super nice. I love when we have a full day off together because normally that's very rare. We actually live together now, and I think that helps a lot with our crazy schedules. So we have like a very good routine of things. We like to wake up, we like to take our dog on the walk, and then we'll make breakfast, and usually during breakfast we'll plan out our days, tell each other what we have going on for the day, when we're going to be able to talk and see each other, things like that. And then we'll split off and go do our own things. He'll do the stuff for the business, I'll do school or whatever I have to do, and then we'll come home and usually walk the dog and that's not really the time when we talk about like the stressful stuff, like things we didn't like about the day. And then once we eat dinner, we'll catch up like on the happy stuff and the fun stuff of our days, and we'll usually watch a show before bed and then call it a day. So like I said, once you get a routine down, it's super nice. Living together definitely helped, but even when we didn't live together, we had a routine of basically the same thing. We'd come together at the end of the day and talk about our days, eat, relax, and then we'd go our own ways. So date night was kind of tricky for us to figure out because we had to figure out what was open past 11 p.m., sometimes past midnight. We actually found that we liked bowling a lot, which was super fun. I have beat him almost every time. I didn't know I was a good bowler until I started dating him, but he's beat me a couple of times, like by a landslide, so it's super fun. I love going bowling even if it's just the two of us. I always thought that was like kind of weird, but when you're with the right person, it's super fun. And we're obviously over 21, so we like to just get some beers and drink. And then we also found a couple of restaurants that we like that are open past 11 p.m. So we go to those if we're going on date night, which is fine with me because I love getting dressed up and eating at a restaurant. It's a super romantic, intimate date, and you get your tummies full and you're all ready for bed after that. Another date that we like to do together is going to get couple massages. I've never had a massage until I met Zach, and I am so thankful. It's probably like the best perk about dating a chef is going to get massages. That was obviously before the pandemic happened. We're a little sketched out to go now, even after it's been a couple of months into this pandemic. So for now, we just have a little shiatsu back massager at home, and that works for now. One thing about dating a hibachi chef specifically is that they're always flipping things. Of course, you know, they do their whole show when they're cooking for customers, and of course they have to practice, and also it's just fun to do because that's what they're used to doing. So he will literally flip like a tennis racket. We have a couple of rackets at home. He'll flip some chopsticks, forks. He'll flip water bottles, lemons, you know, some of Louis' toys sometimes. Literally anything he can get his hands on, he's gonna flip. So if you're dating a hibachi chef specifically, be aware that he's gonna grab anything in his hands and flip it around, whether it be your keys, your dog, your kid. No, I'm just kidding. So if you are dating a chef, just be prepared for your family members to ask you if he can come and cook at the family dinners, or if he can come and do a party for them. And they're also gonna ask you for the family discount, which AKA to them is free. But if you're a chef, you know, a family discount is just a nice percentage off the check, or sometimes they'll just throw in a free meal, but the entire bill isn't gonna be free. So another thing about dating a chef is that you are going to be watching a lot of cooking shows. Now, Zach never watched TV growing up. Like, it's honestly insane. I love watching TV. I love watching movies. I probably watched like almost everything in the books. When the whole pandemic happened, he was home for a couple of weeks because the restaurant was super slow and he had no idea what to do. So, of course, once he stumbled upon Hell's Kitchen, that was a wrap. I think we've racked up about 4 seasons. We don't watch it like crazy. We really only watch one episode a day before bed. So it's not like we're sitting there for like hours watching episode after episode. But yeah, it's crazy. We've been in this pandemic so long that we've racked up like 4 seasons of just watching one episode a day. So if you're dating a chef, be prepared to only watch cooking shows. Okay, so going back to what I said in the beginning, you always see chefs in movies and TV shows making gourmet dinners. They go into the farmer's market. But I'm here to tell you ladies that that is false. We do not cook dinners like that. Most of the time, if we're not cooking dinner, it's gonna be takeout. Takeout can either be from a restaurant or it can be from somewhere semi-healthy. We like to go to Cafe Rio if we can. We like to go to this Mediterranean place called Parsley's, but we also like to go to Cane's and Chick-fil-A. Usually we only go to that like once a month or once every 2 months, so it's nothing crazy. But when I was first dating him, he was going to get takeout like literally for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I was like, whoa, you need to chill out, like that is not healthy for you. He was going to the gym, but he was like, you don't understand, like I'm so tired, I don't want to cook my own meals. Usually I don't even get a lunch during my shifts, so I'm always cooking for everybody else and I never have time to cook for myself, and by the time I get home I'm super tired and drained and exhausted. I don't want to cook my own meal. So I understood that and we started doing meal preps actually, which helped us a lot because we were both really on the go people, whether it was for I was going to clinical or he was going to work, doing errands in between that. So we made meal preps and that worked for a while. We also like to do protein shakes for breakfast, or you know, if we know we're going to be super busy and we're not going to have time to actually like sit down and eat, which is a nice alternative. I'm the type of person that gets full like really easily, so I don't like to eat like a bunch of meals. Drinking shakes is an easy way to get a lot of protein in and your calories for the day while also not getting like extremely full. Once the pandemic happened, we weren't going to the gym, so we weren't doing meal preps anymore. We were slightly working out at home, but we just recently did an all-vegan meal prep for 2 weeks. It was super nice. Like I said, it helped us because we were busy. So when we are cooking, it's a completely different story. Usually if he's cooking at home, he uses almost every single pot and pan in the house, and I think partially he's used to that because they do it in the restaurants and they don't have to worry about washing their dishes or anything like that because they have a designated dishwasher. At home, we have to wash the dishes, so it's like we don't need to use every single pan. But I can't complain because whenever he cooks, the food is super yummy and I'm glad that I didn't have to cook at least. See, I don't know if this is a chef thing or what, but we started off with a set of like small, medium, large pots and pans, and we've actually gone out to buy 2 more pans because those weren't enough to cook all the meals, and he still wants more. This is going off on a little tangent, but our favorite pans that we found so far are from IKEA. They were like $8 for like a medium-sized pan, and usually those are like $25 at anywhere else you can find them. They're our absolute favorite. It's our go-to pan and we need to go buy more. So if you haven't already, or if you're looking for some good pans, you guys should go try out IKEA. So when I'm cooking, it's a totally different story. Usually I cook to be nice, to help him relax. He doesn't have to worry about it, or you know, he requests like a Mexican dish, which I love Mexican food. I'm obviously Mexican and I know a lot of Mexican dishes, so I will be in the kitchen cooking and he will just come over and hover and be like, what are you doing? Like, you need to do this, it needs to be on this heat, or you can't be on this heat, or you need to have this going in, this going at the same time. And I'm just like, whoa, who's cooking here? I was doing this so you could relax, not so you could stress about the way I'm cooking. Honestly, I don't really mind because he does know how to cook, and you know, I'm just cooking based off of how I've cooked my whole life, so it's nice to hear like tips and tricks, but at the same time it's like, I'm trying to be nice. That's usually how the cooking goes in this household. So we do try to cook a lot at home. Usually we cook breakfast almost every single day, which is the most important meal of the day, so I'm glad that we are not too busy to do that. Honestly, in the past 2 weeks our schedules have been really off. We've had a lot of new things happening, a lot of changes, and it's been really busy for the both of us, so we haven't been keeping our schedule, but I'm just excited for this week to be over so that way we can get back on schedule. Okay, last thing, I know you guys have all been waiting to hear it from me, but if you are dating a chef, you are going to gain weight. Now this can either be a good thing or it can be not so much of a good thing. For me personally, it was a good thing because I was in the gym, I was trying to gain weight, I was used to doing a lot of cardio. I love to run, so I was running like at least 6 miles every other day, and my body was very petite. I did have muscle on me, but I wanted to have more muscle, so dating a chef, it was kind of easy because we were always eating a lot, and it helped me put on weight fast for the gym. So I'm just trusting the gym process, and I know the outcome is going to be so much better than it was when I was just doing all the cardio and eating small amounts of meals. When I first started off dating him, I was the type of girl to only eat like one big meal a day and then have a little meal. So eating 3 big meals a day was not something I was used to, and it was honestly slightly uncomfortable for me to put on that weight because I was so used to my body being so petite from doing all that cardio. And he made me feel so much better every day. He tells me he loves the way my body looks. He loves me even more that I've put on some weight. It just makes you feel good. It makes you feel not so insecure. So now I absolutely love my body with this extra weight on. Right now I'm very comfortable with my skin, and I guess I have to thank Zach for that. Okay guys, well that is it. If you guys were ever curious of what it's like to date a chef, I hope this helped you, and if you are already dating a chef, I hope this made you laugh. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.